Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Mind of Marie. It is Sunday, September the 7th, just about 10 o'clock my time over here on the West Coast. And I thought we would talk about Sai's Sunday evening session and a little bit about what's been going on, because if you've been keeping up, you know I've been ever so busy lately. I did a podcast with the Paranormal War Room. They dropped that on Saturday evening. If you haven't already, go check that out. I met with the host Corky and Daniel. They were really amazing. And in fact, I'm going to be going back next Friday to discuss more things with them, such as my experience most recently in New Orleans with my brother back in March, and also last summer when I went to New Orleans on my 40th birthday trip with my daughter. A shout out to both of them for those wonderful trips they took me on, and just some of the eerie things that occurred. On that note, I also just recently, today, uploaded the newest Histories of Horror podcast, which was an episode on Lollery Mansion. You can check that out. AL Knuckles and I did that. So I've got lots going on the podcast front. Obviously, from doing our podcasts here, this one I'm doing here on my own, and then Histories of Horror with author A.L. Knuckles, and then, of course, Around the Table with the Authors of the Resistance, which is with founders me and my co-hosts Beverly L. Anderson and Kendra Souter. And very proud of everything I've been doing there with all three of those things. But I've also been guesting on Speak Seductively with Kyle Cannon, which is also Kyle and Lily Cannon, but lately Lily has not been there. It's just been Kyle. But a shout out to them, and thank you so much for always having me. And also, I just want to thank everyone that's come together here to continue to support me. I've been doing this absolutely, completely just volunteer effort, just pouring my heart into this. If you feel so inclined, you can donate to my Venmo or my Cash App, or buy me a coffee if you like. I also got some merch if you guys want to check that out. Always check out my books, got 28 on the market. I'm looking to connect with people that want to support other authors and artists and things like that. Which brings me to why I am doing tonight's show. I'm competing in the Face of Halloween for the second time, and I'm really want to stress that while I get how great the opportunity in and of itself is, don't get me wrong, especially as a creative, I could do so much with the $13,000 cash prize alone, just with getting my film projects and things to the right hands and right people. And I worked on my film, Secrets of the Day, my feature-length film script, alongside another producer who I met on Stage 32, and it just hasn't found the right studio and financing, packaging, and situations, things like that, which is something that is a barrier challenge for me. But I'm hoping by doing all these things and letting you all see the abundance of stories and talents and skills that I have, that I'll be able to change that. So if you are keen on that, you can always donate money to me those ways to support my mission and my endeavors for everything I do here creatively, and to hopefully help me scale and expand these wonderful podcasts that I'm working on, which is to let all of those agents out there know we're doing this. And I am the creative lead, so I would really like to see this happen. But back to the Face of Halloween. So I have two sons. I am actually the genetic carrier of Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and September 7th happens to be World Duchenne Awareness Day, which is why I wanted to talk tonight. You know, I'm not sure who doesn't know, but I'm putting this out there, which is a little bit of a vulnerability moment for me, of course. It's been something that's been, cross I've had to bear and deal with. But if you did not know, I carry Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and I have two sons with the terminal genetic illness. Today is World Duchenne Awareness Day, and it is one of the leading causes of pediatric perishing in the world. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is one of the leading most fatal pediatric diseases in the world, and the least known about by most people. Duchenne can be passed from parent to child, but approximately 35 cases occur because of a random mutation or a deletion in the parent's DNA code. That is later passed on to the offspring. In this way, it can show up in a family and affect anyone at any time in a genetic legacy. I have two sons with DMD and I am a genetic carrier. I have cardiomyopathy because of carrying DMD. In my case, it was from a deletion in my DNA code and it passed on to two of my three sons. They are fully wheelchair bound with this terminal disease. So when you go vote for me in the face of Halloween, you're supporting a mother and a creative, an author who is not only disabled herself, but also with bringing awareness to things like DMD, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and helping bringing funding to Starlight Children's Foundation, Cure Duchenne, and other important intersectional things. Voting for me, supporting me, and helping me move forward is a vote to support. It's a vote towards support for the most important issues we as humanity face, and together we can make an impact. So if that is something that touches your heart, I mean, my reason for competing in Face of Halloween, aside from my creative endeavors, is because I am the carrier of DMD, and two of my sons have the genetic terminal disease that I'm talking about right now. So I know exactly what it's like. No parent should have to deal with the pressures of having an ill child and income gaps. Starlight Children's Foundation hits my heart deep because of that. And that's just, that's what I'm here to do. I'd love to meet Jamie Lee Curtis, Matthew Lillard, and Kane Hodder right along with anyone else, but that's not why my heart is in the face of Halloween. My heart is in the face of Halloween to support Starlight Children's Foundation because I know exactly what it is like to watch your children suffer from a disease that you cannot stop and wanting nothing more than to bring them a moment of joy and happiness amidst that sea of pain and turmoil. So please go vote for me, donate to Starlight, and bring some parents and their babies that joy. From the face of Halloween, have in my dashboard some things that they let us see as competitors as we continue with every day. And it says, Face of Halloween host responded to your comment on Meet Starlight Children's Foundation. As a mother who has two sons with a terminal genetic illness, Duchenne muscular dystrophy, whom are fully wheelchair bound and having been low income and disabled myself, my reasons could account for an entire article, a mission, a movie, a book, and in essence, anything of importance in media and publishing. But the most basic reason is understanding the pain these children go through by seeing it directly myself and knowing that a moment of joy can spark healing and bring significant hope to an ill child, which was my comment. Host replied, "We enjoy a good scare, but helping out sick kids is even better." And that's what it's really all about for me. This is my second time competing. And last year, of course, it was called Face of Horror. They just changed the name to Face of Halloween. It's still the same contest. It's still supporting the same cause with Starlight Children's Foundation. I just really winning $13,000, meeting Jamie Lee, Matthew Lillard, and Kane Hodder, getting to be in a photo spread with Rue Morgue magazine and all those things, my love of Halloween and my gothic enthusiasm, as everyone knows, this is all just a dream come true to be able to use that creativity to share this foundation via the face of Halloween and be a competitor who's promoting that message is just profound to me. It's just the perfect scenario for me because it represents so much of who I truly am and what I believe in and the things that bring me joy and what I would like to do to help the world around me. And the reality is I come from, kind of an impoverished background. I want to be like Dolly Parton meets Elvira mixed together. And if I've always said everybody should strive to be more like Dolly. If I had the kind of support behind me to be able to break through these different challenges and barriers that I've had to deal with so that I could give my kids everything that I never had and had more than enough like she does, I would put so much money into these different kinds of foundations and help other people. I really, really have that heavily in my heart the whole time. I always say, I'm just a woman with a dream and a pen. But now, the pen really is mightier than the sword. So if I could cut through all those challenges and barriers that are holding me back, remove the gatekeepers and find that person who's looking at somebody who's got it. And I mean, I got the willpower, the drive, and the creativity, but also has something behind them that makes them really driven to be ambitious and motivated and to continue to create art and do that as a form of bringing joy to others, because all I really want to do is educate, entertain, and inspire. I feel like it's what my mission in life is. And there are certain things that hold me back from that. I've been in the position where if it wasn't for certain foundations like this, I don't know what my children would have done. I don't know what my family would have done. And I know how hard of a burden and how heavy, terrible pain that is to carry as a parent. And I just am ever so grateful for these foundations that do their best to try to drive money together to fundraise to make moments and memories precious for these children and bring them a smile, because it really does spark healing in their life. And I just wanted to share that with you guys tonight. This next week, tomorrow, I will be on Speak Seductively again with Kyle Cannon, and I will be discussing with him some topics related to consent. I will also be talking with Albert Lanier, Susan Burrell, both on the Mind of Cy Marie, and then Tanya Todd is going to be coming to Around the Table with the AOTR on September the 10th. Beverly, Kendra, and I are incredibly happy to be talking to her. We're very excited for a conversation with Ms. Tanya Todd, quite an extremely amazing author and talent there, so we're very happy to be having her. And then, of course, my amazing friend Tiffany Apin, again, wonderful talent, excellent, the Gothic Druid, Celtic, she's a singer, she works in reenactment, she's just everything amazing about her. Will be coming to Histories of Horror, on September the 19th. And then on September 20th, the debut author, Summer Waters herself, is coming to talk to me on the Mind of Cy Marie about her new book that's coming out. I'm very excited. It's really amazing looking. I believe it's pronounced Puppy, and it's on pre-order now, I believe. Yes, Puppy, an instant love age gap rock star spicy romance. It is book 1 in the Men of Wade Man series, and so I'm very excited to be talking to Summer. Then moving on through Sebastian de Castell, awesome author, really, really amazing. He's got just so many books, you all, but his newest one that he's coming to talk to us about, I believe, is The Malevolent Eight. And yes, The Malevolent Eight by Sebastian de Castell. He'll be coming to talk to AL and I September the 21st. And then the contemporary romance author Tara Hodgson is the author of Chasing Through Time, and also her newest book that's coming out is called At Least I'm Trying. Will be coming by to visit me on September the 23rd at Mind of Cy Marie. And again, like I told you guys, I'm very, very busy lately. Also got Reverend Sydney Francis coming to Around the Table with the AOTR on September the 20th. And Sydney's got some interesting books I'm particularly happy to be discussing with her. Her book, it's called Activating Lunar Alchemy, and it looks very intriguing, so I'm very interested in talking to her about that. And then moving on through, like I said, we have a lot going on in September so far. We have Kevin and Henry from Wefeo platform. They are the founders, coming by Mind of Cy Marie September the 25th. They're going to be telling us more about what their intentions are behind Wefeo, and I'm very interested in hearing more about this new platform. It's very exciting. And then finally, we have Leslie Liljenberg, who's coming to the Mind of Cy Marie on September the 29th. And I'm incredibly happy to be talking to her as well. Leslie has some interesting books as well. All these people, they're just incredibly fascinating to me, especially as it correlates to things like genetics and DNA, because Leslie's going to be coming by to talk about her book, If You Only Knew, Navigating DNA Surprises and the NPE World. So that sounds like a really fun opportunity. Not sure if I'm going to have anything else after that, but that's quite a list. That's 10 different people that will be coming by through now till the end of September. So I hope that you guys will be checking out the Mind of Cy Marie's future episodes coming, and the many amazing guests that are coming to talk with me this month. And if not, also check out the Histories of Horror, which has some really cool people coming by as well. And last but not least, always Around the Table with the AOTR to hear what Kendra and Beverly has to say along with me as it pertains to issues and elevating marginalized voices, authorship, writing books, and just those intersectional things that matter the most. Again, I would really appreciate it if you guys would give me your daily votes on the Face of Halloween. You can always go vote for me daily on the free vote level, and that is over at faceofhalloween.org/2025/Cy-Marie. Again, facoween.org/2025/SAI-MARIE, faceofhalloween.org/2025/Psy-Marie. And this current cutoff to get into the top 15 ends in 3 days and 20 hours and 45 minutes on Thursday, the 11th of September at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so please do vote every day using your free daily vote. And if you are so inclined, also, I would encourage you to donate to Starlight Children's Foundation. Help me become the next face of Halloween while supporting a great cause. Cast your daily votes or make an even more bigger impact with a tax-deductible donation supporting Starlight Children's Foundation, starting at a minimum $10 for 10 donated votes, or going all the way up to 25, 50, 100, and finally $250 for 250 votes. If you have that kind of angel blessing ability, it would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week and stay tuned for my upcoming podcasts. I'm very excited to continue producing them for you. Have a great night.